Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is just a quick little card using a nice Cuppa stamp set and framelits. This is a great bundle that you'll find in the Occasions catalog. And so I'm just going to bring in my Big Shot and run that through. I'm just going to use the framelits, the little teapot, and then I'm also going to use the little tea bag, and I'm going to use white cardstock. I've got my magnetic platform. I don't want to use my precision plate because this is not a detailed thinlit die. But I'm just going to run that through, snap, crackle, and pop. I'm just going to kind of punch that out. It's got the little teapot and then the top of the teapot removed, so that kind of gives it some fun character. And then the little tea bag. I'm going to set that off. Going to bring in my paper piercing mat that I've got covered. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that teapot with a little verse that says, you are terrific. Going to ink that, stamp that. And then normally we stamp before we punch out or cut out, but I find with this little tea bag it is better for me to cut out and then stamp because the framelit is so small. Let's see how well I did. Pretty darn good. So we're going to set that aside. I've already taken a piece of the pink Pure Wet and have run it through the gently falling embossing folder. This is my heavy cardstock, so I have scored it with my personal trimmer. Very important to do that with your personal trimmer to score the heavy white cardstock. I'm finding the bone folder doesn't give me a nice even crisp fold because this cardstock is so heavy. So I've got that. Next I'm going to bring in just one of my little white doilies. So love these doilies. They just give me great added background for that teapot. I'm going to add a dimensional. Then I'm going to take the lid of my teapot. I'm going to use a small piece of dimensional. I'm just going to cut that. Going to also cut a small piece of my white baker's twine, and this is going to make so that I have a string on my tea bag. So I'm going to take that dimensional, I'm going to place that baker's twine on my tea bag. See if I didn't get it underneath. Let's see if we can redo that. Very cold here in Ohio today, so my arthritic fingers are really giving me a way to go. There we go. So I've got that. And then I'm just going to grab that lid, do the same thing. Let's put it right there, and grab another little dimensional to hold the baker's twine down. Now I'm ready to put it on the front of my card. So I'm just going to kind of tilt it to the side a little bit so you can see. Bring in a pearl for the top of my teapot. And then I want to do some fun little flowers, and I'm going to use from my itty bitty punch pack the tiny little flower. I'm going to punch out 3 of those, and I'm going to bring back in my paper piercing mat and just use the corner of that with the corner of my paper piercer, and I'm just going to roll around in the center of that flower. And what happens, it just makes that flower curl up. So it gives it some dimension. I'm going to add that to the front of my card. Now you could add more flowers if you want. I'm just going to add 3 little ones. Of course, I'm going to need a pearl in the inside so that it matches the top of my teapot. This would be a great card for a mother-daughter tea, or just for a Mother's Day card, or just for a terrific friend. So there you have it, a very quick card using the nice Cuppa bundle. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon.